Oh, shucks. Oh, my shucks. Oh, my God, bro. What up? What's up, everybody, man? Make sure y'all tap into the live, man. We're going to have a quick roast before we get the day going. Okay, that's what's up. Yo, what up? What up, yo? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. We got a hell of a story for y'all right now. Make sure you guys tap in. Let me know where y'all are coming in from. He said 6 train in the building. Yo, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. What else we got? Brawley, I think California. Attention seeker, the 412, Pittsburgh checking in. What's good? What did Maverick do, bro? I don't even know, man. It just gets more diabolical by the second. Shout out to Zeno Omega out there in DC. Philly, what up? James, Big Benno TV, in Vegas. Where else we got? Rock Hill, South Carolina, Florida, what up? The UK in the building. Welcome into Damien U. Dapper Dan, shout out to Illinois. We got Cali in the building. Spencer out there in LA, I see you. Fear God 101 out there in the Boogie Down. Australia, welcome in. Bay Area, West Side Chicago. Shout out to Chicago, man. Crown Point, Indiana, I see you out there. Close Stowe. Killmonger out there in Chicago. Sean W., what up? Welcome in from Oakland. Anthony Likes in Dallas, Texas. Let's give it like another minute or so. Jason out there in Rhode Island. Welcome in. Jay Griff out there in Brooklyn. What up? Tijuana. Emo out there in Tijuana. Alenko out there in Milan. Indonesia. Shout out to Daz in Indonesia. He said, what the Daily Clippers talk? Bro, ain't nothing to talk about with the Clippers, man. What you want me to say? We already did some videos about Kawhi and them. State of confusion, I'm telling you, bro. Where else we got? Perth, Australia. Welcome in. Let me pull up this post for you guys while y'all are coming into the show, because I just saw this here on Front Office Sports, and I want to get into the article because we got a lot to read. Okay, let's get into this one here, man. Let's get into this one. So, as y'all know, LeBron has this league that they're starting to compete with the NBA. Y'all know this already. And this league is supposed to be launching, I think, next year, right? You saw the picture of him and Maverick Carter, Nikola Jokic's agent, sitting on a boat out there in San Tropez, not the boat, a yacht out there in San Tropez. You guys saw all of that, right? And this was supposed to be this big move for him to now compete against the NBA. Well, we just got some breaking news here from Front Office Sports, and I'm going to get into the article in a moment. But this is the news. Longtime business partner Maverick Carter out of upcoming Global Basketball League. I'm going to read the article in a second. It says, and I'm going to get into the full article for you guys. It says Maverick Carter is out of the Global Basketball League Project B. Multiple sources tell FOS. Novak, Steve Young, Candace Parker, and major tech investors remain on board, but LeBron's longtime partner will not be involved. Bro, it just doesn't stop getting like LeBron. You got to give LeBron, you got to give him something, which is this guy knows how to keep things popping when it comes to stories. He just always has something happening with him. So let me get into the article here. I'm going to post it in the comment section for you guys that want to read it, because this one is a shocker, considering that Maverick Carter is a major business component to what LeBron does. And based off of what I've heard, this guy is very, very like brilliant when it comes to business. And given the fact that he was there even in the photograph with the Joker's agent, for us to now find out that he's no longer going to be a part of the deal is a bit of a surprise. So let me get into the article here. It says, new International Basketball League plans launch without Maverick Carter. Maverick Carter is no longer involved with the planned International Basketball League that aims to disrupt the sport. Multiple sources tell Front Office Sports. Project B, as it has been called behind the scenes for nearly 2 years, still plans to launch next fall with 5-on-5 men's and women's basketball leagues, led by Skype co-founder Geoff Prentice and former Facebook executive Grady Burnett. The investor group also includes tennis stars Novak Djokovic, hope I got his name right, Sloane Stephens, former WNBA star Candace Parker, Alana Beard, and Lauren Jackson, and ex-NFL quarterback Steve Young. The group would not yet disclose the official name of the league. Carter, the longtime business partner of LeBron James, was advising the group before. Over the summer, Carter was spotted on a boat in France with James and Nikola Jokic's agent, who I cannot pronounce his name, I apologize. The European agent of Nikola Jokic, multiple sources told FOS that the meeting was about the new project. His agent declined to comment Tuesday on whether he was involved. Burnett was asked about Nikola Jokic's agent and said, Mishko is a good friend of ours. I was just in Serbia. A spokesperson for Carter confirmed he confirmed he no longer has any role in the organization, formal or informal. This group came to Maverick for consultation, which he gave, and he subsequently stepped away months ago. The spokesperson tells FOS he is no longer working with them or any other basketball league in Europe. James, who was not part of the group when Carter was involved, has long been linked to a potential NBA expansion franchise in Las Vegas or elsewhere. NBA rules prohibit team owners from having any stakes in other men's professional basketball leagues or team. Despite Carter's exit, Project B is still on track, according to those involved. Beard, and a four-time WNBA All-Star who won a championship with the Los Angeles Sparks in 2016. So, guys, welcome in for the new people in the live. Welcome in, everybody. This is the update. I just read the article. I'll read it again. He says, state your source. Here you go, fam. This is Front Office Sports. I just read the article. Maverick Carter out of upcoming Global Basketball League. I want to pin the article in the matter of fact. Let me see if I can pin it in the chat so people don't ask me if I'm making this up or something. Because you know the internet, man. They quick to tell you that you faking the funk. All right, so the article is posted there. Y'all can go read it for yourselves if you want to read it after this live. I just read it for y'all. But let's get back into this. So for the longest time, we have heard that LeBron is planning to start this league. We also just heard that you cannot be an NBA owner if you have an ownership stake in another basketball league. I just found this out. So we just found out that Maverick Carter, who was on the boat with LeBron and Nikola Jokic's agent, is no longer going to be a part of this deal. That's a bit of a shocker, considering just how important this guy is to LeBron's empire. They just dropped him. The post says, and I'm going to read the article again, it says, Maverick Carter is out of the Global Basketball League Project B. Multiple sources tell FOS. Novak Djokovic, Steve Young, Candace Parker, and other major tech investors remain on board, but LeBron's longtime business partner will not be involved. Wow. That's crazy. And if you look at some of the names that are involved, these are some heavy hitters. You have pro athlete investors include Novak, Sloane Stephens, Candace Parker, Alana Beard, Lauren Jackson, and Steve Young. These are people with some money. And I'm sure Maverick Carter is a multi-millionaire. But for him to just disappear from it, it's a bit surprising. And the question is why? He said Maverick Carter got thrown off the boat. No, seriously. Dreamers Pro, this is why Mark Cuban couldn't invest in the Big Three League with Ice Cube. He stated that in an interview a year or so ago. I didn't know that. Appreciate the information. I had no idea about that. Appreciate the info there. So LeBron's business partner is out. And this article hasn't even made any mention of LeBron as being one of the key investors. I didn't even see his name there. Let me read it for you guys again for the new people coming into the live. So we have an update here. It says new International Basketball League plans launch without Maverick Carter. It says Novak, Steve Young, Candace Parker, and major tech investors are in. LeBron James's long-term business partner is out. It then continues on. Maverick Carter is no longer involved with the planned International Basketball League that aims to disrupt the sport, multiple sources tell Front Office Sports. Project B, as it has been called behind the scenes for nearly 2 years, still plans to launch next fall with 5-on-5 men's and women's basketball leagues, led by Skype co-founder Geoff Pretens and former Facebook executive Grady Burnett. The investor group also includes tennis star Novak, Sloane Stephens, former WNBA star Candace Parker, Alana Beard, and Lauren Jackson, and ex-NFL quarterback Steve Young. It then continues on. The group would not yet disclose the official name of the league, of the planned league. Carter, the longtime business partner of LeBron James, was advising the group before. Over the summer, Carter was spotted on a boat in France and James with Mishko, the European agent for Nikola Jokic. Multiple sources tell FOS that the meeting was about the project. Mishko declined to comment Tuesday on whether he is involved. Burnett, when asked about Mishko, said, "Mishko's a good friend of ours. I was just in Serbia." A spokesperson for Carter confirmed he no longer has any role in the organization, formal or informal. The group came to Maverick Carter for consultation, which he gave, and he subsequently stepped away months ago, the spokesperson told FOS. He is no longer working with them or any other basketball league in Europe. James, who was not a part, listen to this, James, who was not a part of the group when Carter was involved. Listen to that again. James, who was not a part of the group when Carter was involved. So it seems like Maverick Carter was there first. And then LeBron came on board afterwards. It says, has long been linked to a potential NBA expansion franchise in Las Vegas or elsewhere. The NBA rules prohibit team owners from having any stakes in other men's professional basketball league or teams. It then continues on. Despite Carter's exit, Project B is still on track according to those involved. And then the article then says a few other things there. It says the group was seeking $5 billion in funding. Bloomberg reported in January. It declined to share how funding is actually, how they're actually raising their funds here. So Maverick Carter's out. We're also finding out that Maverick was a part of this deal before LeBron became a part of it. And LeBron seems to be remaining on board, but Maverick is out. What do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about this? Do you think that, okay, this is normal? Was this the way that was planned to be? Because the way it looked in that photograph, it looked to me that it was LeBron that was spearheading this initiative and Maverick Carter was assisting him. That's what it looked like to me. I could be wrong. I could be jumping to conclusions. This is just an article. I'm interpreting it. You guys can give your own interpretation. Damien, you said there ain't nothing that can be dubbed crazy when LeBron is involved. Well, speaking of that, and we're going to get back to this article in a moment. Did y'all see what Stephen A. Smith said? Did y'all see this post? Let me show y'all the post. Oh man, just a second. Let me show y'all the post. I can't believe this man said this. This man said, Stephen A. Smith says, if LeBron plays bad this season, he will wonder if he drank Hennessy before the game. Let me read it for y'all one more time. Stephen A. Smith says, if LeBron plays bad this season, he will wonder if the dude is essentially drunk while out there playing. I think that Hennessy ad and all of that was a major misstep. I think they saw it going down one way in their minds, like, oh, yeah, bro, we got him now, man. We got him now, bro. They're not going to be ready for this. And I think the entire thing backfired to the point where now the dude is being clowned all over the internet. We got a few videos dropping for y'all in about an hour or two or whatever that y'all want to stick around for. But they're clowning him. They're clowning him. I said in one of the shows that we got dropping later today, and I'm going to say it now. A lot of LeBron fans ask people, why do people hate LeBron James so much? And I said a lot of what LeBron did that caused people to dislike him is mostly self-inflicted. It's usually him having some kind of misstep that causes people to flame him. This last one, nobody told him to do that. He did it all on his own. And now more people dislike him. He took an already bad situation with the decision, the original decision in 2010, summer 2010, 11, whatever, and now made it worse. Talk about a way to go into the season. And now we're hearing his business partner, Maverick Carter, is no longer going to be a part of this deal. I'm going to read the article for y'all in a second. This is the update. Maverick Carter out of upcoming Global Basketball League. Maverick Carter is out of the global. Many sources, multiple sources tell EA. So I wonder what's going on here too. He said that bum hired a stunt double to play. Yo, is that true, man? Is that true? Yo, I saw a video from Jason Whitlock yesterday, and I don't be watching Jason Whitlock like that, but I saw a video of him reacting to LeBron's story or whatever. And Jason Whitlock seemed genuinely like not disappointed, disgusted with LeBron James. And then he says something, and I almost fell out laughing. I said, we can't make a video out of this because this may be going too far. He said, Jason Whitlock said that he sincerely doubts that he sincerely doubts that if LeBron James can read and write, bro. I said, nah, man, I can't do no video about this. He said he doubts if LeBron can read and write, bro. I said, nah, you can't do this, man. You just can't do this. So I'm not going to do no video on that, but yeah, he kind of went in on him there. So let me read the article here. Let me shout out to the 1,000 people we got in the live. Make sure y'all get the likes up. And let me read this article again. It's pinned to the top, but in case y'all don't see it, let me pin it. Let me post it right here. Somebody said, Jason is not lying. I am not touching that subject. I'm not doing it. I don't like LeBron, but I ain't going there. I'm not saying that, bro. I'm gonna leave it to other souls to say that. I'm not going to. Somebody said, well, he reads fake books, bro. I'm not doing that, man. I'm not going to do LeBron like that. But anyway, it says, new International Basketball League plans launch without Maverick Carter. Novak, Steve Young, Candace Parker, and major tech investors are in. LeBron James's longtime business partner is out. It says Maverick Carter is no longer involved in a planned International Basketball League that aims to disrupt the sport. Multiple sources tell Front Office Sports. It then continues on. Carter, the longtime business partner of LeBron James, was advising the new group before. Over the summer, Carter was spotted on a boat in France with James and Misko. I can't pronounce his last name, the European agent of Nikola Jokic. Multiple sources told Front Office Sports that the meeting was about the project. Misko declined to comment Tuesday on whether he was involved. Burnett, when asked about Misko, said, Misko's a good friend of ours, and I was just in Serbia. A spokesperson for Carter confirmed he no longer has any role in the organization, formal or informal. This group came to Maverick Carter for consultation, which he gave, and he subsequently stepped away months ago. The spokesperson told FOS he is no longer working with them or any other basketball league in Europe. James, who was not a part of the group when Carter was involved, has long been linked to a potential NBA expansion franchise in Las Vegas or elsewhere. NBA rules prohibit team owners from having any stakes in other men's basketball professional leagues. So, look, this article is also saying that LeBron James is 100% shut out from being an owner in the NBA. Because the article just entailed that you can't have ownership stake in another league. So why do y'all think the NBA didn't allow LeBron James to be an owner? Why do you think that? Why do you guys think that? Why do you think the NBA said no to LeBron? It's interesting. It's like it's worth. I want to hear what you guys think about it. Why do you think the NBA said no to LeBron James? They said yes to MJ. I'm sure they'll say yes to another NBA player. They said yes, although Magic Johnson isn't a majority owner, he's a minority owner. But why do you think they said no? Not enough votes because he is still playing. Well, Jordan was still playing. And I think he had an ownership stake in the Wizards, or was supposed to at least. What else? I know the NBA LeBron era to be over fast because LeBron has destroyed the league and media and made it terrible. It would be a clown show. Nobody in the NBA likes LaDiddy because he ain't MJ. Let me read a few more comments. Because they know he's fake and juiced for years. Somebody else said, LeBron's influence on the league as a player has been viewed as negative. What do you think he'll do as an owner? These are all fair points. What else to say? I believe they cannot trust LeBron. Trust LeBron's standard. Bad for the brand. He's a snake. LeBron shenanigans. Yeah, people just feel like this guy. I mean, it's pretty telling for a player that caliber, for a player with that profile, to not be allowed or invited in to become an owner says a lot. Because one would think, given his platform, given the amount of influence that he has, that, but you know what? It may end up being just one big ass corrupt team. Because you know the entire roster is going to be full of clutch sports clown. I mean, y'all know that already. You know, if he were to have a team, the entire roster, or at least 4 out of the 5 players on the starting 5 will all be clutch clients. We know that. And to this day, I am amazed how no one ever did an investigation into the relationship between Clutch Sports and LeBron. It's unreal to me that league, that agency is able to exist. Think about that. How is this agency able to exist? You're an agency operating in the NBA that was partly funded by the client, the biggest client to that agency. And then on top of that, almost every team LeBron has played for, a lot of those players are signed to that agency. Even some coaches, I even heard Darvin Ham was signed to Clutch Sport. They're not even investigating. You want to talk about tampering? Like, I am literally surprised that Clutch Sports didn't investigate that connection there. Because if you believe that it's just Rich Paul that's recruiting people, then how come so many of the teammates that LeBron has played with, and we know he is the GM, are all Clutch clients, the majority of them? Somebody said Adam Silver is not David Stern. Well, that you can say that again. You can definitely say that again. This current crop of NBA players have been tap dancing on that dude's forehead for at least the last 5 to 10 years. They thought, oh, Adam Silver is the nicest guy, and that's what happens when you assume a leadership role and you're always playing Mr. Nice Guy. It never works. For the new people, somebody said clickbait. Let me eat that ass. What that say? Maverick Carter out of upcoming Global Basketball League. Front office sports state. So where the clickbait at? Where did I clickbait? Do you even know what the definition of clickbait is? Clickbait is when you put something in a title that has absolutely nothing to do with what's being said in the video. I guess your brain clickbaited your the other side of your brain. Let me see. They do not trust LeBron. I lost so much respect for the NBA. It feels like a league controlled by the players and not the commissioner. It's not enjoyable. Well, I think the NBA lost his way somewhere along the line. And I think that a lot of it had to do when they lost sight of their fans. They stopped focusing on fans and they started focusing on the brand and even look, I'm not just going to put it all on the players. The new deal that the NBA has, this new $77 billion deal, that's not fan friendly. Now, luckily, I can watch the games on League Pass, but what about all the people that have to sign up for all of those different streaming packages? Who's doing that? Now, people are going to do it, and that's the bet that they're making, obviously. But even the commissioner said, look, if you miss games, go catch the highlights. So the league is for it, obviously. The players are for it because it's going to, excuse me, it's going to inflate salaries. And at the end, the person that gets the people that get left with the short end of the stick are the fans, as per usual. And I just think that they missed their way. The players stopped caring about All-Star Weekend. There is no standard anymore in the NBA. There is no standard, and there's nobody setting a standard. Before, you had people that actually, this guy says still clickbait. Before, you had players that actually would upheld the standard. There's no standard in the NBA. There's no standard. It's like whatever goes. And now we're going to have another debacle of an all-star game coming up. NBA turned into the WWE. I think it's worse than that, man. Because I think it's worse than that. The NBA lost its way, man. It lost its way. You know, that's just my take on things. Software to NBA. What up, though? What up? The problem with the NBA is that they think they can compete with the NBA is never going to compete. Well, they can't compete with the NFL domestically because the NFL is, I think, going to be forever America's number one sport. But they're trying to gain market share outside of the U.S. That's what they're banking on. That's why you see them starting all of these leagues, because I think they've come to the conclusion that they're not going to beat the NFL. They're just not going to do it. So they're going elsewhere. Essentially is what they're now hanging their hat on, we're the most popular league in terms of social media footprint and all of that. That's what they're essentially doing. They're not going to take over that market. Somebody said, nah, baseball is still king. I don't know about that. I know the NFL is the number one sport in the United States. The NBA ruined its product by chasing entertainment first. LeBron thought he was going to be the major owner of it. Yeah, I think he thought so too. Then he got a rude awakening, and I think that's when he started misbehaving, and allowing these guys to go up there and stink it up in these all-star games. What else we got? Baseball died with the strike. MLB induces good sleep. Nah, the peak of the NBA was in 1970. Yes, no, the peak of the NBA, and I'm not trying to be like a Jordan homer here, but it's the truth. The highest ratings were when Jordan played. Now, people like to say, "Oh, well, hold on, the reason why is because people were watching more TV back then. So people ain't watching TV now, bro. But there are more people in the world. So don't you think those numbers would be offset somehow? There are more people in the world in 2025 than there was in 1998. So there are more people watching. The NFL's numbers are still going up. So people are just looking for whatever they want to say to condone themselves. Somebody said Michael Jordan for the commissioner. I think if Michael Jordan became the commissioner, the NBA players would hate him. Yes. I think if Michael Jordan became an owner, NBA players would hate him. Yes. They would say that Jordan is not for the players. They will try to do all kind of nonsense. I don't think they will like him, because I think Jordan will restructure. They're not going to like him. They're not going to. Jordan, I heard him say that he believes these young guys are getting big contracts way too early. And he said because they're making all of this money so fast, he believes that they're no longer playing the game because of love. They're doing it because of money. And yes, everybody wants to make money, but these guys don't look at it as something with passion, as a passion product. They look at it as a one big bank. That's what Jordan said. Even SGA, who like to say he's like Kobe and all of that. SGA, I remember him saying, when they asked him at the All-Star game, why do you think the All-Star game, what does it take for the All-Star game to be improved? He says money talks. Imagine somebody making tens of millions of dollars is talking about money talks. Where are we going, bro? It's like a night out in Magic City. It's just unbelievable. If you're willing to toss them ones, they'll make them bounce. It's like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Now they got to throw ones that you do to play hard at an All-Star game? What is going on? What's next? Y'all going to be charging them by the minute at the press conference? What is up? It's like, yo, bands will make these dudes play hard. Let me read this. Travis Green said, the Jordan era and Kobe era was the last of the real NBA. Now, the WNBA is more masculine and tough well, first of all, appreciate the comment. I actually heard, and I don't watch WNBA basketball, I heard that the WNBA is more physical than the NBA. I actually heard that. Is that true? I don't watch WNBA, but I heard it's more physical than the actual NBA. I heard that. I don't know that to be true, but that's what I heard. And it's believable when you have 6'9" running backs like LeBron falling on the floor if they touch him. It's believable. So the WNBA is more physical than the NBA. Is that what y'all are telling me? That's in bad, bro. Well, I don't know what to say. So the WNBA is more of a physical basketball game than NBA basketball. That's an embarrassment. Yes, that's why they are complaining about the refs not taking control of the game. Okay, so they're saying that the referees allow them to play too hard. Well, they want to let them play. As long as they're not clotheslining each other. I don't know. To hear that is just, I think, is an indictment on this current era. But y'all know what I think. And I don't care if Winnie the Pooh Low goes out there and makes a video, or what other dude makes a video and all of that. I think this era is the worst crop we've ever seen. Starting from the mentality. I just believe that. I just believe it. Go back to the early 2000s and look at a player like Allen Iverson, bro. Allen Iverson was getting flagrant fouled pretty much every single night, and they would knock him on the ground. He would stand up, go to the free throw line, make his free throws, and keep on playing. That's AI at what, 6'1", 6 foot? It was a totally different league then. Now it's just a bunch of, I don't even know what to say, man. I really don't know what to say. Somebody said fake news. Mavs Carter out of upcoming global basketball league, according to Front Office Sports. Maverick Carter is out of the global basketball league, Project B. Multiple sources tell Front Office Sports. There goes your clickbait. Dreamers Pro, taking away hand check in the NBA is equal to taking away tag outs in the MLB. So I hate LeBron too, but damn, your channel. Let me read this guy. So I hate LeBron too, but damn, your channel looked silly the other night premature. Bro, I agree. I look silly. I thought LeBron was a serious person. I never knew that this guy is still trolling in his 40s. I actually thought he was a serious person. And people were trying to tell me, nah, bro, you thinking too much. You're thinking too highly of him. I thought he was serious. Literally, I thought that. Literally. But apparently I was wrong. No, he made us look silly for the moment. But in the long run, he made himself look silly. Because now everybody calling this dude a cornball. So that, I mean, look at what Stephen A. Smith posted. Stephen A. Smith said, let me hold it up for y'all. It says, Stephen A. Smith says, if LeBron plays bad this season, he will wonder if he drank Hennessy before the game. This is what LeBron turned himself into. They're not going to be wondering if he's drunk out there playing. Magic goes with the money. Okay, I missed that comment. If Mav backed out of the EuroLeague, maybe LeBron get an NBA team. No, they didn't mention anything about LeBron being out. I think he's probably still going to be a part of it. NBA problem is that LeBron wanted to be friends with his rivals. I think it was one of the issues. I think that, I mean, it's true. He wanted to, it's true. You know, I mean, but guys, you have a guy that's talking about rings don't matter. I mean, what rings culture is weird. I mean, what do you expect when the face of the league is talking about competition is weird? What kind of league do you expect to have? The leader of the league is talking about championship culture is weird. That encapsulates and summarizes everything. He thinks it's weird, but then turned around and said in 2016, "This made me the greatest." What do you expect? What's LeBron gonna walk out there and pull a rabbit out of his hat one of these? Like, what won't you expect? I was wrong. Somebody said I was wrong, bro. I thought he was for real, and he made me look like a buffoon. I agree. I mean, it worked. LeBron is the past. This is Luca's team now and Luca time. Winnie the Yeller. Charles knows nothing about context. Here we go. Here we go. Well, before I start getting insulted, let me just be out because now they're about to hit me with, I don't know nothing about context. Next thing they just say, I don't know how to read and write. Next thing they'll know, I don't even know how to spell my name. So before we get into all of that, I think I'm going to go ahead and rock out. I'm not trying to get dissed right now. What will Bill Russell say? Probably shake his head. LeBron is going to go back to the Cavs and play with Bronny and Bryce. How the hell are they going to get on the team? LeBron's main agenda is to be the center of attention. Whatever method he has to resort to, he will. That's simple. Well, okay, Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, he Winnie the Pooh, man. Low Winnie the Pooh. Anyway, guys, appreciate you guys for being a part of this live, man. And we definitely going to catch y'all later, man. Y'all have a good one. I'm out. Peace.